All right. Someone said we should talk about how you all were telling people about your diagnosis. It's something that I struggle with. I'm scared of rejection. I've had it for a year and I got it from my baby daddy. How you know you got it from your baby daddy?
That's the question. I feel like every time somebody says they know where they got it from, I feel like they ain't ready for the how do you know that's where you got it from, uh, like comment, follow up question.
Yes. I always ask that question because when I found out I had herpes was the same day I found out I was pregnant, y'all. And I automatically assumed that it was from my baby daddy. You said it wasn't in your blood, but it can lie dormant in your body to the point your body probably won't be creating antibodies for it. You know what I'm saying? That's what's tricky about the herpes virus. It's known as the creeping virus. And it's not usually included in your average STD panel. That's one. So um, I was the person that assumed that when I was getting tested for everything, that herpes was included in that. I never said, "Hey, doc, explain these test results to me." So I never even caught that I wasn't being tested for herpes. So I could have easily been the one that brought the herpes into the relationship. And then when before we started dating, I didn't physically see his test results. So I don't know for sure if that is the person that gave me herpes. And since you can contract herpes from skin to skin, I mean, I can't really blame him.
I was at lunch today and somebody asked me, he was like, "So I saw your story. Like, he saw my YouTube video or he saw a post. I recently posted a picture of the guy who ghosted me. And that was the guy that I like attributed my herpes to." I was like, "Yeah, I don't even say he gave me herpes anymore. Cause to be honest, I could have been done had it and not even known it. So I just say I have herpes. I don't even, it doesn't even matter where it came from."
Yeah, I say I know who I was with when I found out I have herpes, but I
Yeah.
don't know who I got herpes from, just being honest. Somebody was like, "How do you control your outbreaks?" If you're interested on how we control outbreaks, we do have a workshop link in our bios, both of our bios. It's titled Herpes Diet and Remedies. That workshop will tell you everything about controlling your outbreaks and remedies for even when your outbreaks are there or to nip your outbreaks in the bud. Okay. Someone said very true. It just brings some things to perspective, Remy. When we keep attaching the person that we think gave us herpes to our herpes virus. Every time we think about our herpes, we're thinking about this person we don't want to think about anymore, making it a very
Hmm.
negative situation. So, for us to move forward and to heal with our herpes virus and to help us accept our herpes virus, you got to separate the two.
Yep.
Even if you were somebody who went through some type of sexual abuse, separate the two. If you want to heal with your herpes, you got to separate your situation from your herpes virus in order to heal with your herpes. If not, it's always going to be that negative story or negative scenario attached to your herpes, and it's going to prevent you from moving forward.
And
Oh,
Shayna
somebody
helped
said,
me
"Hey,
really.
aunties." Sorry.
Lord, I guess I'm somebody's auntie.
I
These are the
can't
mid
believe I'm
30s
at
is hitting
auntie
like,
age.
yeah, I'm definitely auntie
Y'all want to
age.
know who my aunties is? It's like Mary J. Blige and
Queen Latifah's one of my aunties.
yeah.
Um, Shayna really helped me separate my herpes virus from the stigma. And like that's really powerful because the stigma and your herpes virus are not the same thing. And the person you got it from or think you got it from, the source of your herpes is also a separate thing. So be able to separate where you got it from, the actual herpes virus itself, and the stigma, and being able to kind of break them into their own categories will help you not be as stuck and be feeling like you can't move forward because you might not really, maybe your symptoms are minimal or maybe your outbreaks are under control, and so your herpes doesn't necessarily affect you physically that much, but because of you got it in some toxic relationship, so you think you're making your herpes like, oh, it's such a terrible thing. Like, no, it's not really terrible. Maybe that situation you were in was terrible, but the herpes is not terrible. So it's important to make sure you understand that they're different things.
Someone said, "What is the stigma?" The stigma is a mindset. It's what makes you feel ashamed, embarrassed, dirty, unwanted, it's an illusion that a lot of people within the community create in their head for themselves after finding out that they have herpes, and they let it take over their lives and they make it become their new reality, when in all actuality the virus and the stigma is two different things. um
Yeah. Jim, I have a question over here. It says, sorry, I just joined and caught your last sentence. How do you go about separating them? You go about separating them by just like thinking about them as separate things. So, thinking about how does your herpes virus affect your body? Like acknowledging that, being made aware of that, writing that down. Think about how you feel about yourself because you have herpes. That is the stigma. So acknowledging that, writing that down, figuring out where those, and then figuring out how, what situation you got it in. So just like separating it with your own personal situation.
I got an example, y'all. Let's think about when, if you do experience outbreaks. When you experience outbreaks, a lot of people go into the mindset of, oh my God, I feel dirty. Why is this me? Oh, this is so disgusting. I feel disgusting. All of those thoughts is the stigma. Now, for me, when I separate the two, if I'm having an outbreak, it's my body's physical way of telling me maybe my immune system is shutting down. I need to boost my immune system. Maybe I need to cut this person off because they have toxic energy and it's causing me stress. Maybe I need to cut this activity off because it's causing me stress. Um, it's just my body's physical way of telling me that something is not right and I need to fix something. That is the herpes virus versus, oh my God, I feel dirty, I feel shame, why is me, da 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 da. I'm not even able to think about all the things that the virus is trying to tell me because I'm so focused on the stigma. I hope that shows you the difference between the herpes stigma and the herpes virus.